Let's pause for a second. Chances are your work is good. You're just speaking to the wrong people. The real reason why people aren't buying and how getting clear on who those people are can shift things for your business. And no, you don't have to be manipulative or dramatic. Understanding. That's the way that relationships last. You're pouring your heart into your business, but the right clients just aren't coming in. If you keep staring at your inbox and thinking, why isn't this working? I promise you're not alone. And before you start second guessing your entire offer or your capabilities, let's pause for a second. Chances are your work is good. You're just speaking to the wrong people, or maybe the right ones in the wrong way. The real reason why people aren't buying and how getting clear on who those people are can shift things for your business. Because when your messaging connects with the people it's actually meant for, everything gets easier. It gets lighter, it gets more aligned. But before we get into that, if you're new here, I'm Hunter Myers, the face and mind behind Verdure Design Co. I help bold founders build magnetic brands that connect, convert, and actually sell with clarity. And here on this channel, we treat branding a little bit like dating because both require chemistry, commitment, and knowing who you're trying to attract. So if you've been feeling unsure about your audience or who you're trying to attract, or if your messaging is landing, you are in the right place. Let's walk through a few key shifts that just might change how you market your work. First up, let's talk about the basics, right? Things like age, job title, location, income. They do matter, but only a little. If we think about dating, this is just like only describing how someone looks. It's like saying, I am attracted to people or want to date people with blonde hair, or I want to find someone who's taller than me. It gives you a place to start, but not actually very much to build a relationship on. Because connection isn't built from spreadsheets or looks alone, right? At least not the ones that last. You see, the only real way that you can build a strong relationship with someone, romantic or a business one, is to build it on understanding. That's the way that relationships last. And that brings us to the point where real clarity starts to begin, and it starts right here. Studying and understanding psychographics. So what we described earlier, the looks, those were the demographics, but now we're getting into the psychographics. This is where the messaging really starts to click. Psychographics go beneath that surface level. It's the beliefs, fears, motivations, and desires of your ideal buyers. It's the why behind people choose, trust, or avoid. Instead of asking, what do they do or where do they live? I want you to ask yourself, what are they frustrated with right now? What would make them say, finally, someone gets me? What do they wish that someone would just say out loud? When your brand speaks to that, to the actual experience they're having, you don't just grab attention, you earn trust. And the best part is you don't need to guess any of this. You can find these answers easily just by listening. Reading between the lines of your DMs, your testimonials, your sales calls. Even better, get on the phone with past clients and ask them answers to the questions you don't know, because that's exactly where the emotional resonance lives and connection is built. We all like to believe we make decisions with our head, right? But the truth is, gut feeling usually gets there first. So if your brand voice isn't making your audience feel something, there's a good chance it's falling flat, even if it's technically correct. And no, you don't have to be manipulative or dramatic. You just have to help people feel seen, safe, and again, that key word, understood. It's about showing up in a way that says, I know where you're at and I know how to help. Because when people feel that kind of connection, that's when they really start to lean in. And lastly, something that I wish people said up front. Getting clear on your audience doesn't happen in one brainstorm or strategy session. It's a relationship. You test, you talk, you shift, you learn. I spent a long time stuck in what I call demographic mode, thinking I had clarity, but really just scratching the surface. It wasn't until I started posting imperfect things, having real conversation and tweaking as I went, that my content and brand actually started landing. And I'm still testing. This is what building a brand is. You don't meet your dream clients in theory, you meet them in motion. So if you're sitting here thinking, okay, I maybe don't actually know my audience as well as I thought I did, take a breath. You're not behind, you're not too late, you're just in the middle. And that is a really, really powerful place to be. If you're ready to get clearer though, I would love to support you. Inside my AI-powered customer clarity workshop, we take everything we just talked about and dig way, way deeper. You'll walk away with a real understanding of who you're here to serve and how to speak to them in a way that makes sales feel natural. You can find the link below to sign up or send me a DM on Instagram if you want to chat more about it first. And if you're craving more conversations like this, honest, strategic, rooted in real experience, go ahead and click the subscribe button. This channel is a space for bold, thoughtful founders like you who want to build brands that actually last. That's all for today. See you soon.